History is being made as late Afrobeat trailblazer and activist Fela Kuti has received a nomination to be inducted into the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, this year's selection is said to be the most diverse group of all time, with 7 nominations being women and 7 being people of color. If Fela is inducted into the Hall of Fame, he will be the first Nigerian to be immortalized in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. 16 total nominees were announced on the 10th of February and additionally include Mary J. Blige, The Go-Go's, Jay-Z, Shaka Khan, Dionne Warwick, LL Cool J, Tina Turner, amongst others. Nominees can be voted for on their website through the 30th of April. Those selected will be announced in May and inducted into the Hall of Fame at a ceremony in Cleveland, Ohio in the fall.
The legendary Afrobeat sound developed by late Fela Kuti remains profoundly admired around the world and has greatly influenced the growth of the present music genre, Afropop, which is dominating in the global music space. Afrobeats, identified with the late activist and socio-political conscious singer Fela, is a fusion of traditional Yoruba music with jazz, highlife, and funk, and originated in the 1970s. He was a prolific singer who produced over 70 albums and played a variety of instruments. As time went on, a new style of music, which is gaining traction around the globe and has Afrobeats as its basis, was reinvented in the mid-2000s. This new style of music blends various genres such as hip-hop, dancehall, with Afrobeats, and its term is Afropop. Fela's fashion sense is a statement of true Africanness, which he preached in some of his songs. Usually adorned in Ankara jumpsuits and sometimes matching tops and bottoms. He often appears shirtless with large beads adorning his neck or sometimes simply in his underwear. His fashion sense extended to the people around him as well. The stylistic prowess of the Fela Kuti queens, the 27 women he married in a single ceremony in the 1970s, cannot and should not be overlooked. With their beaded braids and head wraps and elaborate ceremonial face paint, these women effortlessly defied Eurocentric beauty standards. This has further promoted the acceptance of our own African fashion, hence contributing to the growth of Africa. Born into a prominent family in anti-colonial activism, Fela was first endeared by the fertile African jazz scene in London, where he studied medicine in the 1960s. Although he abandoned his studies and returned to a career in Nigeria in music, it wasn't until almost a decade later that his band started to see success. Their timeless recordings from the 1970s made a significant impact on the Nigerian music scene, before gaining popularity around the globe. He is now considered one of the most influential musicians in the world. With his albums 69 Los Angeles Sessions, Best of the Black President, Expensive Live, Zombie, and the Underground Spiritual Game remaining extremely popular.
Joining us now on the program is Fela's daughter and former dancer in his band, Yeni Kuti. Yeni, many thanks for joining us and congratulations to the family. So tell us, how did you receive and feel about this monumental achievement of your father?
I'm happy about it. It's a good one. It should have been done earlier. So, Fela deserves to be in it earlier than now. It's a good one. I think because Fela was African, I don't know of any other African that I have not done my investigation. So for them to accept that kind of music, well, if when the book Miles Davis wrote before he died, he said that Fela's Afrobeat was the music of the future. That's the baseline. So, Fela was already a legend before he died. He was the creator of Afrobeat, the creator of the genre of music. So we must never forget that.
Well, tell us, what do you feel that this means for the future of Afrobeats and the growing global recognition of the Nigerian sound?
It was great before Fela died, and my brothers have continued to carry the There were a lot of, then my nephew has started, and a lot of young boys in Nigeria actually play Afrobeat, not Afrobeats, but real Afrobeat. It's a lot of young musicians are following in Fela. So I think that, and then all around the world, I know of a lot of artists. There's an all-female band in Brazil that plays Afrobeat, all-female band in England that plays Afrobeat. So the general meaning gets strong.
Well, this is coming almost half a century after he passed. How do you think he would have responded if he were here to get the news?
I have no idea. I'm not going to second guess him. I have no idea. You know, so I don't know. I really don't know. I remember when he heard that Marsalis had sampled his music. He said, he didn't really comment. And then we said, then we played it for him. It was like, wow, he didn't carry the music like that. He didn't know that he took the bass. He was not excited that he actually carried the music with the bass line. I think he even used Fela's voice. I can't remember 100%. So at first he wasn't excited, then he became excited. So you can never know how Fela would react. So I'm not going to second guess.
Well, many thanks again, Kuti, daughter of the Afrobeat legend and former dancer in his band.